Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Gift of the Gab. Episode number 36 this time. Remember to say it at the beginning.
Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you. And what has been going on this week? Well, it's been my week off. Our week off.
Yes.
And we've been binge watching Travelers.
Yeah, it's actually quite good.
Yeah, it's improved. It's one of those shows where it's like, I thought it would just be background noise.
Yeah.
But it's semi-decent.
Do you think it's one of the shows that you get into it straight away?
No.
Like, it needs some...
You
need to watch it at the beginning. Otherwise, you can get lost very quickly.
Yeah, definitely you need to pay attention to what's going on. But they are useful in the fact that they explain everything.
Yeah, we'd be like, what's that for? And then they'd be like, oh, this incinerator is too... And you're like, oh, thanks.
Yeah, literally, the next line after your question will be them explaining it.
Like, you don't have to wait 3 episodes in before you find out why that fact was useful.
Yeah, or if it's like something where it's happened to just one person, like they'll kind of talk through it as they're doing it, and it's like, thanks for giving me that insight into what you were doing, because I had no idea.
Yeah.
But,
no, we would definitely would you recommend it?
Yeah, I'd recommend it. Travelers, it's on Netflix. Yeah.
We started it yesterday. We're on season 2, episode 4 right now.
So yeah,
we watched quite a bit. How many
like 12
episodes?
Maybe episodes?
We've watched that much?
I think so. I think it's 12 episodes in the first season.
I think we didn't even start watching it until like 4 yesterday.
Yeah, we've watched quite a bit of Travelers. I won't lie.
It's quite good. Like, it doesn't seem like it would be,
but give it a chance.
Yeah, give it a chance.
And I think you'll definitely enjoy it. I think you have to pay attention. I was going to make it one of my series that I watched whilst I was meant to be working.
I'm working?
Yeah. But I think you have to pay a bit too much attention for it. So
because it is easy to miss out like some vital information.
Yeah. Who's your favourite character in it so far?
I like the black girl. What's her name again?
Carly.
I
don't really know if I like Carly that much. I think my favourite character in it is... It's definitely not... It's not McLaren. He's a bit annoying. Oh no, he's got his own internal battles, I guess. I like... What is his name? The one that Marcy likes.
You know I'm not good with names.
The dude with the beard at the house. He's not a traveller. He's just a good dude.
Harry.
No, that's not his name. It's like Darren, or it begins with a D.
Dave.
Maybe.
David.
It's David. Yeah.
Harry.
I like him. He's my favourite character.
Where did I get Harry from?
I don't know. You just guessed. I like David. I think he's my favourite character in the series. And also McLaren's partner, the black guy. I liked him.
So for those of you who haven't watched it...
Oh, that's a lie. What? Forget that. My favourite character is Trevor.
Trevor?
Yeah, the school-age kid.
Okay.
Yeah, he's my favourite character in the series.
For those of you who haven't watched it, the series is basically about a group of travellers? No, not travellers.
It's a group of people.
Think of other things.
It's a group of people who
travel from the future
to the 21st century, the present time, to basically
fix what's happening now to help what's happening in the future.
Yeah, so basically there's been a massive disaster in the future, and they've been sent back with specific orders or missions to correct certain things in the past.
Yeah, and then they've got certain codes that they have to abide by, so they can't do certain things, they can do certain things.
Yeah, they got these protocols.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're being instructed by
the director, but we won't give you too much information.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a worthwhile watch, I would say.
Yeah, especially these times, you're in lockdown.
What else are you going to do? Just turn on the Netflix.
I think that was a me find.
No, it was on my list, so maybe you chose it from my list.
I'm still going to say it was a me find.
Even if it was a you find, I had it on my list to watch for work, that's why. But still, it was good, I would say. No, it wasn't a you find. Do you know how I know it wasn't a you find?
Because I didn't have the remote?
Yes. I just remember saying TV, movie or series, you were like series, and then I found that.
Yeah, it wasn't me find.
But yeah, anything else on your mind?
Well, this week we've been manifesting love.
We have?
Yes.
I guess after to fit with after Valentine's, eh?
Yes. and B Simone, is that her name?
Yeah.
Came up with
B Simone. I'm joking.
B Simone.
I'm joking.
Oh. Came up with a challenge. She said it's basically manifesting love. So, you know, if you want a partner who is a family person, then you can't not have spoken to your family for over 6 years.
Yeah, that's what she was saying, wasn't
or if, let me give you another example, if
you want a rich person, then you have to have money in your bank account.
Right? If you want a skinny person, but you can't stop ordering from Uber Eats, sir.
Then, yeah. So, what about that?
So she's basically saying that you can't expect one thing but not be willing to give the same thing.
Oh, okay.
So what is your opinion on what she said?
No, I think that is fair enough to say. I think I thought you were actually going off for a different point on what she was saying, because you just gave me the link to the video, so I wasn't sure where you were going with this.
Oh, okay.
But I'll go on to that point next. But yeah, I think that's a fair thing to say. I think it's like pretty standard to expect. You can't expect, if you're broke, you can't expect to be just, tag along to someone wealthy.
But some people really do.
Yeah, I believe some people really do. But I can't expect to do that. I would feel ashamed if I had nothing equal to bring, or
this
like
is true.
I couldn't do my part.
You couldn't even do, half and half.
Except for the eating thing. I'm happy to eat, and if my partner wants to be skinny, that's fine.
No, but you can't require me to be skinny, and then you can't put that burger down. I
guess. But what if that's how you met them? But I guess that's not what she's talking about.
Because you're putting pressure on me to stay skinny. Okay, we've met each other. You're fat and I'm skinny. We've met each other like that. That's fine, you've met each other like that. But now you're requiring me to stay that size, but you can eat whatever you want. So you're going jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
But I see what you're saying there. But what if, like, that was what you requested? Like, some people like a slightly chubbier person, and maybe when they start to lose weight, they're like, oh, actually, that doesn't look good on you.
This is true.
So what it is sometimes also about maintaining what you came with to a certain extent, and not drifting apart just because one person is this way. You're like, oh, well, I like this for you, so now I'm that for myself, because it might not necessarily be what your partner saw in you, and then they lose attraction to you.
What I'm saying is, right, so one person has to eat a salad while the other person chomping away.
No one.
That ain't gonna be. That's not right.
That's
because
not right.
You require me to be skinny.
But what if that's how you? Yeah, and then if the person is just like, all right, you want to chomp the same things as me, and that is fine, but you don't want to put the work in to lose the weight. I don't find you physically attractive. Well,
it is what it is, isn't it?
Then it is what it is. So I think it's a balance in that. It's easy to say, well, this person's chubby, but if you are attracted to that person at that size, or that is what you wanted from them, is it then fair to say to them they have to lose weight to be your weight, or they have to do something else?
I guess not. But then
because they're not forcing you to say you have to do anything. They're just accepting you for your current size.
Okay, but then how do you tell a person that you don't like the current physical?
You tell them.
How?
You say, I don't. Since we met, you've put on quite a bit of weight, and you just be blunt and honest. There's no. What can you say?
No, what do you
like? Since we met, you can put it more delicately, but since we met, you put on quite a bit of weight, and it's just hard for me to keep it up. I'm joking. Don't say that. You just say it's just hard. Like, since we met, I think we've gained. You can toss yourself in there on the grill if that helps.
Like take 3.
Since we met, I think we've gained weight. Maybe we should hit the gym.
And what if one hasn't?
All right. Since we met, I think you. The next time they ask you, oh, have I gained weight? You say yes, you have. You just be honest.
But what if the person already knows that?
Well, then why do they ask the question?
No, but they don't know that you don't find them physically attractive anymore.
You I think you have to have an honest conversation, because you can't beat around the bush.
So
And then
how would you start off that conversation? Here.
Right here, you say, "Hey, can we talk?"
Yeah.
And then you talk, and you be like, "Hey," and then I was just thinking, and I'm
just
still
thinking, or you've been thinking.
I've been thinking. I'm still emotionally attracted to you, but like since we met, I feel like
you're too fat for me now.
We've been eating too much, and that has emphasized on your side. Well, I don't know how to say it nicely on the spot. This is under a lot of pressure, but I would have to think about it, and I wouldn't be so direct as to hurt the person's feelings.
But I just think it's
just a conversation. You can, but sometimes.
And now they leave that relationship, maybe thinking.
But what is the alternative? Just pretend that you're attracted to someone you're not. I think at some point you have to be honest. You don't have to be direct and say, "Oh, you're fat." Like, I'm not attracted to you, but you do have to have a conversation. If someone has, and also you have to take into account the factors. If they've got pregnant, and they put on weight, and maybe even a year later they're still chubbier, you have to understand that and stuff like that. But even still, if they're your partner, and like maybe it's 5 years later, you can be like, you can try work out with them, you can do things with them.
Maybe you just encourage them to eat healthier.
Or you make sure you're bringing in good food into the house. But if you see that they're making every effort to circumvent that, you have to have an honest conversation.
To circumvent that.
Yeah, I feel like honesty is sometimes the best policy. You have to be honest. Otherwise, the person won't know. And the person might be upset.
But what if you just really enjoy eating?
Well, then you enjoy eating. And if you want to balloon up to a size, you can't expect the person to stay with you at that ballooned up size if they don't want to. So I think you have to if it comes to a case where like it's no longer compatible, then you have to have that conversation and say, "Oh, I think you're eating a bit too much."
Or do what I do, guys, and share the portion. I'm very stingy with portions for myself and everyone else.
Yeah.
Your plate of food is different to my plate of food.
Yeah, but as it should be. I'm bigger than you.
No, if I'm serving up your plate of food.
Oh yeah, if you're serving up anyone's plate of food, they'll be lucky if they're full.
Oh, lucky. That's rude. That's full. Well, talking about full. Tory Lanez definitely doesn't have a full head of hair.
His friends did him dirty. That's what I'll say.
Do you know what? I honestly thought that was fake. When I saw the video of him running past,
I saw so many jokes on the internet. The worst one I think I saw was that he looked like a lollipop that had fallen behind the sofa and you pick it up.
Oh, that's sad.
What is sad is that his friends allowed him to go out like that. He should have long had the tap on the shoulder, said, "Mate,
cut it off."
You wear a cap, cut it off. If you're trying to grow it out, like going on a public outing is not the place to display it. I know.
But the thing is, I think he normally does wear a cap, doesn't he?
And some people be rocking the full cul-de-sac with confidence. But
this wasn't it.
You can't rock that one with confidence.
This wasn't it.
You can try, but it was a very unflattering picture of the top of his head. But
and he's short as well, so everyone saw it.
But I hope it's not like any medical condition.
Oh yeah.
Like I hope it's not any of that, because they really flamed him up on the internet. But he
has talked about it before, like on the Breakfast Club.
On the Breakfast Club, it just seems like he was just balding, is what it alluded to. But I don't know what got him in that state of mind to be out there in public.
It's a pandemic. Barbers are not open like that.
Barbers aren't open, but clippers still work.
Extra.
And he got a haircut after that, so clearly his barber is open.
Maybe the barber wasn't available until the day after.
I would have rather cut my hair individual strands than go out like that.
Maybe it's just the angle.
No angle.
Sometimes it's just the angle.
Look.
And the lighting. Yeah. If you get a good angle and a good lighting, ooh.
A good angle and good lighting couldn't have helped that photo. Photoshop could have helped that photo. That was the only thing that could have saved him. That or a cap or a haircut. But unfortunately, it got displayed to the world that it was just his friend should not have allowed him out like that. He shouldn't have allowed himself out like that. It was just bad. It was so bad. I didn't know. I was just like, oh man.
So you're definitely a person who thinks, just shave it off.
No, when it gets to a stage, especially like some people, I feel like when you're older, like when you're like 60 something, some of them be rocking the full cul-de-sac with comfortability. Like, and then sometimes it suits some of them. It's like it suits their face.
It's not patchy.
Yeah, and it's just like a smooth circle, and maybe they even shape up the cul-de-sac. But when it's just patchy and it looks like it's not being kept properly, or it looks like you just woke out of bed and for some reason half your hair got stuck in a glue trap, like it just does not look flattering.
But let's talk about how like social media is allowed to go crazy at this video of Tory Lanez. But if it was a woman and like people were doing that, like you would see people in the comments like, that's not right.
Well, do you know, I think or part of the reason is like I guess there's sometimes double standards between men and women.
Sometimes.
Well, there is double standards. It goes both ways, but male pattern baldness is such a common thing that, and it's especially something that Tory himself has talked, like, or at least he said that he's been going bald, but he didn't say it was for any medical reason at the time that I'm aware of. That it was just like it was just like they were making fun of him for something that happens. Not saying that it's right, because obviously it can be a very traumatic experience for many men.
Yeah.
Many men wish they're fun.
No, let's not do that.
But it can be what? It could be a very traumatic experience. But I think it's just that he was a guy, and it's like male pattern baldness affects so many guys that it was just like, I light him up. But if it was a woman, it's more medical, alopecia. Like, it's not a common thing for women to go. Do
you know what it is?
Not on the level of men.
Not on the level of men, obviously, but it is.
It is common.
It is a common
especially
thing.
in like during pregnancy. But I'm saying, like, in terms of there's a reason that the whole pattern of baldness has been named after male pattern baldness, is because it's so common with men.
But the thing is, we can hide it.
And yeah, you guys.
We can say we're gonna put on a wig, a scarf, a turban.
That's what I said to you. It's worse for women, in terms of if they lose their hair, but it's easier for them to cover it up.
Yeah.
But I guess men don't really have that option. We don't have the units. I might pull up here with some dreads next time.
No, you can have the toupee.
Nah, that's the thing of the past. It's called a man weave now.
Oh.
Or a unit.
Oh, well, you can go ahead.
I might pull up with some dreads. I never had dreads.
The only thing is, like, because you can't hide it as well, men, it's like, it is what it is, you know? You don't have to go to bed and think, oh, is my scarf gonna come off? Can you imagine, like, you think my head looks one way, my hair looks one way, and then you wake up and it's like, what is different. This?
Well, a lot of people at my work haven't seen me in a few months. If I pulled up with a new piece, how many of them would be like, is that his hair?
They probably wouldn't know.
They probably wouldn't know.
Because you have the bronies there, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, they'll be like, oh, can I touch it?
They probably don't know. One of my, another co-worker that I was working with, I had a wig on one week, and then I didn't have a wig on the other week, so I had my own hair. And so it was vice versa. She's like, oh my God, like, you always have your hair tied up and never realised how long it was.
Right, you just let her believe it.
Yeah, I just let her believe it. I wasn't going to correct her. Wasn't going to correct her at all. It's my hair. I paid for it.
No, wait one day till the wind catch you slip it.
I paid for it, so it's my hair. She's absolutely right. My hair is long this week. Well, you know. Well, Tory didn't choose to share that on social media. That got shared by him. Yeah,
but
him.
Well, that got shared for him. Tion Wayne had something to say this week, that too many people are sharing too much of their personal life. Much of their personal life. Too many people are sharing too much of their personal lives online for likes. And I think that's just been a thing from social media from the beginning.
It's not even a new thing. I don't comprehend it. I don't
It used to
receive
be on
it.
Facebook.
I don't like it.
Like
I don't
before,
want it.
like because when I was on Facebook, like back in the day, like year 7, year 8 times, people will be sharing their personal life. This is before, like, I guess on Facebook you don't really follow celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
You're just following your friends, and they'll be sharing their personal lives. And sometimes it seems like it's for likes, and that brings me back to my indirects thing.
Oh
Like
gosh.
people just do attention-seeking things for likes, and it's like they're sharing the argument that they're having with someone else that doesn't involve anyone else in their thing, just so that people can see and like it, and it's just silly. And that's
Do you know what gets me though? Like when people wish their kids happy birthday on social media, as if their kids like I'm talking about babies, like it'll be their first birthday and they're like, happy birthday Tony, I love you so much, and have that big paragraph. And
I'm gonna throw you on the grill for that, because I'm gonna say that you right now. To me, you're still. I'm throwing you on the grill because you're saying that the kids, as if the kids are gonna see it, right? Is that what you're saying? But you'll be there also, be having this big party for your kids' first birthday when they ain't even gonna see it or remember it. Half the time they don't even want to be there. We're having a cake and everything. It's just all these parties for little children. It's just for the parents. Don't get it confused.
No, that's true.
And that's the same thing as the post. So you can't be coming up them for the post. They're just expressing their happiness to be a parent.
No. You could have written that down in the card, so at least they had it.
But you could have just eaten. You could have just not had a party. So that at least they had it. You could have just said them happy birthday.
Listen, sometimes parents do the first birthday because it's like, wow, like we've been parents for 1 year, like
that's the same as the post.
We want to celebrate this.
Look, it's the pot calling the kettle black. It's one person judging another parent for doing one thing on that birthday for the kid, when you would be having a whole extravagant party that this kid does not care about.
But they have the pictures.
That when the kid is 1 year old, they do not care about no party.
But that's what I'm saying. Most of the time, it's for.
And that's what I'm saying. That post is for the adults. That's why I'm throwing you on the grill.
I could guess, but they could have called their child or.
No, I agree with the other stuff, but that is basically equivalent in my head. That is equivalent.
Well, I'll give you another example then.
Yeah, girl gave me one.
When people be having arguments on Instagram.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That one is irrelevant. Like, why didn't you FaceTime each? Scratch that. When people be crying on Instagram.
Oh yeah.
Like, oh my god, like I can't believe he did this to me. Like, call him up.
For me, there is no.
Text him. Call the family group chat. The girl group chat.
Mm-hmm.
The boy group chat. I just don't understand why you need to be doing all of that. For
me, if Instagram. You make a video like crying to something, and it's not like your live reaction, or it's not like you're just making a video addressing something, but you're like, let me just film this video of me crying and post it. I find that so weird.
I can't do it. I don't. But sometimes it's like you don't start off crying.
Yeah. And I understand those. Fine. I understand those. But if it's like one where it's just like
you came on it and you're crying from the jump.
And it's like you recorded that, watched it, and you were like,
yeah,
upload. It's like, what?
I can't take it serious.
Yeah.
Like, I feel it. Like, I feel what you're going through, you know. I'm like, oh, this is really sad. But the fact that you actually press post, and it wasn't an Instagram live.
Look,
it wasn't media, someone else recording you.
Social media has people thinking they need to share all aspects of their lives. And especially like influencers and stuff like that. I feel like sometimes they don't know when, like,
what the line is.
Yeah, like what isn't for social media. Like, not everything needs to be recorded. Not everything needs to be made into content. Like, sometimes it's okay to not put the camera on you.
I guess. Like, what though?
Like when you're crying for something that doesn't need to be posted for the world.
I do have an example of that. So Tammy from Love and Basketball, Basketball Wives,
Love and Hip Hop.
No.
Love and Basketball. That's a movie.
No. Oh, what have I forgotten? Tammy
Braxton.
Tammy. Oh my god, why have I forgotten where
Tammy
she's
Lauren.
From? She's from she's not a housewife. Love and Basketball.
Real Housewives. No.
You just don't know.
90 Day Fiance.
No. So Tammy.
Married at First Sight.
I don't know. I can't remember what where she's from, what show she's on.
Mm-hmm.
She's with Shani and all of them people.
Yeah.
So she has a house in Texas.
Yeah.
So she was working in Atlanta and she has a house in Texas, and I think maybe someone sent her the recording, or she went back home to see how the house was. And the day before, she had posted the video of the house, and there was just water everywhere. The
it was flooded and everything.
Because if you don't know, Texas is right now experiencing a
severe snowstorm.
And they've got no power and whatever. And so the next day, she then went onto Instagram and she recorded herself crying. Like, she's light skinned, so her face was all red, her eyes were all red, her nose was snotty, and people were like, I just can't take her serious. Like, I understand what she was saying, you know, like she worked so hard and to see her house ruined. And
but what the social media going to do is what they were thinking.
I guess so.
And I guess sometimes the argument against that would be like, oh, but you know, it's just an outlet for you to share your pain. But it's like some of the people be watching be like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
I got different problems.
I think in those instances, it's like send it to the family group chat or the girls group chat.
You can do whatever you want, but like you can post it, but people also have a right to have a reaction. Like, what the hell you want me to do with
this? Because I think if she was to send it to those places that I just mentioned, she would get
more constructive feedback,
right?
But if you're looking for that from social media,
you're not going to get it, because people were even saying, you're a celebrity, you've got money, at least you've got X, Y, and Z. And she was like in a trailer. So I think she was back in Texas. She was in a trailer because she couldn't go home. And they were like, you've got a trailer with gas and heating. Like, how dare you crying over the...
But it's not even that. It's like a lot of ordinary people are going through everyday struggles, which a lot of celebrities and stuff like that can't necessarily relate to at that current point in life, although they might be able to relate to before. So sometimes you post something and some people don't want to hear it.
Yeah, but this is something that she is relating to.
It is something that she is relating to, but they don't want to hear it. Once you got money, you're viewed as an elite category. Now
you no longer can feel pain about anything.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying the same way that if a politician or even someone of higher status, if something bad happens to them, they get the reaction from the haves and the haves not, that you've had it and you squandered it, or something bad has happened to you. I don't want to hear about your pain because I don't care about your pain. And that's the reaction of social media. Not that it's right, but we've seen it time and time again. And when it happens, people be acting surprised that this is happening on social media. Like, are you expected them to now grow a heart?
Mm-hmm. No,
this has been the common reaction on social media, that
but that's why I think
rich people go through stuff, they don't care.
That's why I think, though, it's not everything is for social media. Yeah. Whether you're rich, you're poor, you're in between, you're famous, I was gonna say dead, but that don't apply.
Yeah.
Even dead, like, not everything you run to social media about, because people on there be savage.
Yeah, they be savage.
And they just be hating to hate, talking to talk, typing to type, writing to write. For sure.
Some of them need advice.
Yes.
Some of them need advice, such as these people that this question I'm going to read. My girlfriend moved in with me to save money. I work while she's getting a nursing degree. I found out she took out a 30k loan in my name for an online, for-profit, non-accredited nursing school.
Jesus.
She graduated, but no one will hire her. Jesus. I hate her now. Advice.
Wow.
Oh man, but look, that's fraud. You got 30. Yeah, you got 30k on me. If you're truly done with a relationship, there's no saving it. You need to get that off your.
It's not truly done. He is done. Yeah, he should be done.
You need to get that off your financial record. You need to report that as fraud. That's 30k, because you're responsible for that now. Like, if she decides to ghost you, like, they think that you have taken out that money because she took it out on your name.
And you know what? Like, it means that he's been paying for all the stuff, because most likely she hasn't been working during her nursing degree.
No, I think she's been paying for the stuff. She took it out in his name, but she's probably been making the payments.
Stuff.
Oh, probably. I don't know. But I'm not even going in deep into that. But right now, you got 30k debt under your name that you didn't take out, whether she's paying it or not. that. Sorry, you shouldn't have taken it out on my name. Unless you guys had an agreement that that's what you were going to do. You didn't mention that. But look, I'd be done with that relationship and I'd be like,
and
going
she
to
did
some
all of that
financial
and she
advisors.
can't even get a job anyways.
Because she got a non-accredited degree.
What does that mean?
It's not like, you know how, like a biomedical scientist, you have to be HCPC registered, or like for.
So she needs to do another step up.
She's done the degree that she did wasn't accredited by one of the governing boards that for.
So you did all of that. You
yeah,
stole
she
the
still
man's
needs
money,
to do something
and
else.
then you didn't even do what you meant to do.
Yeah.
Doing is not doing.
For sure.
The nursing is not nursing. What kind of sense is that?
For sure,
but you need to go to police on her, because I don't know how you're gonna pay off this 30k.
No.
And nor do you need to.
Well, I hope you learnt your lesson. I sure did. Watch Travelers, guys, and tell us what else you're watching on Netflix during these times. I mean, I got time to watch some series. Unfortunately, I'll be going back to work next week, working from home. But holiday is over. But nonetheless, tell us what you're watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all of those things, and find us everywhere on social media at BT Smalltalk.
Let us know what you thought about Tory's bald patch.
Oh no!
And if
Let
people,
us know.
if people overshare on Instagram and Twitter and social media, basically.
His rough patch, let's call it.
It was a bald patch. It was.
Well, that's been us.
It was just here, there, and everywhere.
I've been Ben.
And I've been Tia.
And we've been The Gift of the Gap. Ciao.